John Liebman for the prosecution, Evangeline Gomez for the defense. Did Prosecutor Juan Martinez cross a line by accusing this man who was there as a professional of having feelings for Jodi Arias, John?
I don't think so. I don't think he crossed the line. I think everything that Mr. Martinez has done in this trial, for the most part, has been absolutely spot on. I mean, he's tired of hearing about this alternative reality. The only alternate reality was the fact that Jodi didn't want to get caught.
But he didn't focus on the alternate reality.
He did let his emotions perhaps
He didn't focus on it.
Let me finish. He did let his emotions perhaps get the better of him there. But this is a prosecutor who's now had this expert up there 6 days, and it's very clear that this expert discounted anything that didn't fit in with his hypothesis of PTSD.
I think we're all getting exasperated. Evangeline Gomez for the defense. Did the prosecutor cross the line?
Jane, the prosecutor absolutely undercut his own credibility by making this ridiculous argument that the expert had feelings for Jodi Arias. Okay, he's trying to now turn this into some kind of soap opera, which it is not. And he looked like an absolute buffoon by making that argument. He's taking away from any real issues. His credibility is absolutely ruined.
Let's talk about.
You went to the point of alternate reality, and you didn't focus on the point about credibility, which the prosecutor has clearly undercut. Now, you please let me finish. Thank you. The prosecutor is not winning any points with the jury. In fact, he's confusing them, and he's turning them off by throwing the soap opera element into this trial.
I could not disagree more. You want to talk about credibility? Jodi Arias has none. This expert has none. And if Mr. Martinez made one slip, this is not about Mr. Martinez's credibility.
Order in the non-court. You want to see, do you think that's fireworks? Whoa, the fireworks in the courtroom when the arguments between the prosecutor and this shrink literally almost came to blows. This was extraordinary. I've rarely seen anything like that. Both of them pounding their desks. Listen to this.
She reported to me that she was having difficulty in her general reading. That was one example. There were other examples as well. I would have to refer through my notes in order to find specific ones, but based upon my clinical judgment and my expertise and experience, she met that criteria.
And you can bang on it all you want, and it's still your judgment, isn't it?
Of course it's my judgment.
Celine Darkle-Stanian, you were inside the courtroom. What the heck is going on? I've seen many trials where there was animosity, but the banging on the table, has this crossed the line into some kind of surreal, like, performance art piece?
I have to tell you, Jane, the entire court was looking down, taking notes or listening, and it was kind of a very mellow, and then all of a sudden he slammed the court and everybody woke up. That was definitely a shocking moment from today. There's a lot of animosity between the two sides. You can feel the tensions rising, and you can feel the tensions rising between the two families every time we break for court, and we have to walk to the same elevator and take the same elevator down from court, leaving that courthouse.
Tanya Young-Williams, you are the celebrity spokesperson for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Up next on the stand, possibly the final defense witness, Alice LaViolette. She's coming up any moment now. She is a champion for battered women who's going to testify on behalf of the defense, even though a lot of people feel Jodi Arias has made a joke out of the whole battered women's defense. What do you think of that?
Well, Jane, I first have to say that in the capacity of speaking today, I'm not speaking on behalf of the National Domestic Violence Hotline. I am speaking primarily as an advocate for women and survivors of domestic violence, because I just think that Jodi Arias, and I've never held this position before, but I don't think Jodi Arias exhibits the position that one who has experienced domestic violence before exhibits. It's not in the testimony she's given. It's not in the manner in which she's given the testimony. And the biggest issue for me is she hasn't been able to answer why. Why didn't she write anything down? Why didn't she go to the authorities? Why didn't she tell anyone? I mean, you don't have to do it, and very often some domestic violence victims do not, but they do have an answer as to why. Maybe they're afraid that no one will care. Maybe they have no one to tell, but she could never even answer that simple question. And that was a big red flag to me.